These are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, this is the product sales team. It's 7:01. We're going to wait another minute before we start. Not everyone is quite on. The attendees who registered aren't quite here. We're going to give them another minute and then we'll start our presentation.
Marianne.
Everyone's on. Aurora, yes.
Okay, so when I'm gonna start talking, do I need to move anything in the screen or do something?
No.
Or you are going?
No.
You are going to say we're starting, and then I'll start talking.
Yes, and everyone can comment on us talking to each other right now.
Okay.
Everyone's hearing us.
Okay.
It's nice to see that we have lots of people participating in online because we're seeing a lot of activity there. But tonight we're going to be talking about the Ashton Farm site, Nute. So Roberta, are you there?
I'm here.
Great. I think we will go ahead at 7:02. Everyone who's been waiting, we're going to just get on with it. So Aurora, would you please? Oh, I should. Aurora, you're on.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we're glad you could join us tonight to get comfortable with Nute. If you can hear me, please raise your hand by clicking on the symbol for a hand.
And let's look at those.
I just want to be sure that you are listening to us.
I see quite a few hands.
Okay, okay.
There are a couple
very good
that haven't. Let's see if they're there. Let me read some of the names. Amy Lara Quinta, if you can hear us, click on the hand symbol. Christina, Cindy, Deanna, Meredith Markovic, Roselle. Let's see if we've got more hands.
Okay, yeah, so we have a few hands, right?
Mm-hmm. If you can't hear us, well, if you can't hear us, you won't know what to do.
Okay. Okay, so I am Aurora Orozco, Product Sales Manager in the Pleasantville office. My co-presenter is Roberta Perego, Senior Product Sales Manager in the Poughkeepsie office. Also with us are Marianne Brell, Product Sales Manager in the New City office, and our newest Product Sales Manager, Liz Febola, who will be in the Middletown office as of Monday, October 23rd. If you have questions as we go along, please type them into the question box, and we will answer them at the end of the webinar. We're recording, and we'll put the recording on our website in a day or two. Okay.
Okay, so this is Marianne, and I just wanted to clarify that this webinar is to demonstrate to everyone what they're going to do with the orders once collected from the Nut order card. So this is a photo of the Nut order card that the girls have in their possession, hopefully, and we're going to show you how to enter that order into Nute. And now I'll turn it over to Roberta. And we're going to be seeing Roberta's screen.
Okay, so are we seeing the cat and the Be Fearless logo?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Yes, me too.
Okay. Okay, then we all should be good. Okay, so when you go into the Nute site, and this is a live presentation, I'm actually going to be maneuvering around in Nute to show you what to do. So this, when you go to the site, which is up here, I don't know if you can see that part, www.ashtonfarmsnutty.com. This is the screen you're going to get. So you're going to put in your login name. If you are a troop leader or you are a troop chair and you're already in Nutty, your login should be all caps GSHH and then your 5-digit troop number. If you have less than a 5-digit troop number, let's say your troop is 325, then you're going to put in GSHH 00325. So I'm in two places, so this is the first time I've seen both of them showing, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed that this is the right password. So your password should be, if you're new, fall sale, all one word, all lowercase letters. If your login doesn't work or the password doesn't work, get a hold of one of us and we'll figure out why and get you fixed up. So then you're going to click on sign in. Yay, it was right. Now, some of you will get a screen that prompts you to put in a new password. That's what's supposed to happen when you use the fall sale password. If it doesn't happen, don't worry about it. It might happen the second time you go in. But if you get a screen, it's just a little screen that asks you for your current password, and then it asks you for your new password, and it asks you to confirm your password. So it has to be 8 digits. And it is case sensitive. It doesn't require a capital letter. It doesn't require numbers, just 8 digits. But if you put in a capital letter when you set it up, you've got to use that capital all the way through. So once you get in, this is the screen that you're going to see. This is your home page. You can click on troops, and that will give you your troop. Click on girl orders to see girls. We'll talk about bank deposits and reports later. And council products you don't really need. Okay, so I'm going to click on the troop screen. And now this is information for my troop. On this side should be your product sale chairs information. They call it a product manager. Some of you will be fortunate enough to have a product sale chair. Many of you will be doing that job yourselves. If you're doing it yourself, you put your information here and you can click on use product manager's name and address and it will pop in there. But if you do have a separate person, her or his information goes here and your information goes here. And please make sure that the troop level is correct. It defaults to multi-level. So if your troop was added, it could be that whoever added it didn't select the right level. So you can see you can select them here, multi-level. Now, if you have to add somebody to your troop, let's say that you are the leader and you have to add your fall product sale chair's name because they want to be able to see this and they have to work in it. Or maybe there's 2 leaders in the troop and only one of you is showing up here. To add somebody, you click on add. You put their full name in this column, first and last name with a space between, and then you give them a login name. If you are GSHH 10253, the second person can be GSHH 10253A. So that's the format that you would use. And everybody's password the first time they're in here has to be fall sale, and you would type that in here and then click on submit. If you need to see somebody's login, you can click on the pencil and you'll be able to see their name and their login, but not their password. If you have to reset a password because you have a second person in your troop and they forgot their password, you can go in and give them a password there and click submit. Just tell them what the password is. Okay, so now what you're really interested in, once you get in there, you want to see the girls and you want to be able to put their orders in. So you click on the girl orders, and the girls, and her orders are all online orders. That's why she has information in here. Those online orders from the M2 site go over to Nutty every night. So any orders from the online program that went into your troop today will show up tomorrow. So if you click on the pencil next to her name, you get this screen. Items are the products. So if I click here, I can see that she had 7 online magazines ordered for a total of $156. She sent 24 emails. She has 5 online nuts for $56. Right now she has nothing from her nut order card, but these are all of the once you're finished, you click save. I didn't. I could have just clicked on close. And now I have to click on close. Let's add a girl and see. All you really need is her name. So I'm going to give her a name. Okay. And we're going to save her name because I don't have her order. Put all your girls in now before Jill is in there. So now we're going to add for Jill from her nut order card. So we go into items. Now remember that when the girls take the orders on their order cards, they are also supposed to be collecting money. Checks would be made out to your troop. You can take cash. You're going to deposit that money into your troop debit. If a girl does not give you money with her order card, please do not place that order. You must have the money before you place the order. So just tell her, hey, I need the money. Remind them before they turn in their cards. Okay, so now these are all the online pieces, and Jill was just put in here. She has no online, but we're going to put in what her order is. So now when you do the first one, you have to delete that 0, because if you only wanted 2, it's going to give you 20. So let's just put in a few numbers for her. And let's give her 5 of them and 10 of them. Oops, and see, you just go along and just put in the numbers. Oops. Sometimes it's easier said than done. And you scroll down with the arrow because there's more in there. I did want 10 there. Now, thank you nuts. What is that? That's on the order card, and those are the nuts that people can buy that will be donated to the military. Ashton Farms has an arrangement with an organization that just does this. They collect things and send them to various military branches. Girls get credit for these nuts for their rewards. The troop gets the same $1 for each can of nuts, so you're making troop profit on it. And so she has 5 thank you nuts. And that is her order. So I'm going to click save. And now her order is going to go in there. It does take a little while. Okay, now the next thing you should do is click on this recognitions arrow. Nutty is going to figure all of the recognitions itself. You don't have to figure any of that, and it will check. See here, she has 20 nuts, so she already earned this. But you'll notice the first few rewards that are listed have choices. They will, when your girls bring their order cards in, even if they haven't reached these levels, ask them to choose what would they take, what would they like if they did reach that level. Because the online sales are open until November 30th. So if your girls have gone in and set up their online shop, they're going to keep getting orders through November. So even though they don't have 65 nuts yet or 12 magazines yet, they might by November 30th. So ask them what they want, because if they reach this level and you don't put in what they want, they're going to get the first item. So Jill wants the color changing nail polish. She wants the large plush cat. She's good with the toiletry case. She's good with the My Busy Life desk set. So if she gets to those levels, that's what she'll earn. The rest of them are automatic. You don't have to do anything. She has earned a Be Fearless patch, an Unleash the Hero Inside patch, the cat watch, and the small cat plush, and the share patch for her 5 thank you nuts. Okay, so now I'm going to save that. And then you don't have to worry about the recognitions anymore. And once it saves and the circle stops spinning, then we close. Sometimes you'll find that Nutty is very, very, very slow. Feet, go get a drink of water, whatever, because sometimes it does take a while. Okay, so now we have both of our girls with their order and add girl November with the online program. And the instructions for setting that up are on the back of the Nut order card and on a flyer that you should have received with your troop supplies about the M2 program. Okay, what am I going to cover next? Okay, so now when you're all done, and no later than November, so that we can submit it to Ashton Farms. The absolute deadline for you is 11:59 p.m. on November 6th. If you have all your orders in prior to that, you can submit the order. If it's before November 6th and someone comes to you and says, I got 10 more orders for nuts and candy, can you take them? Yes, you can. If you've submitted, you'll need to contact your service unit chair or one of us on the product sales team so that we can unsubmit your order so that you can add those nuts and candy in. So it's probably best to wait until pretty close to November 6th. But if you think you have everything in and you don't want to forget to do it, then click on Submit Nut Candy Order. It's that nice pink bar here. But once you submit it, you won't be able to make any changes unless your service unit chair or one of us unsubmits your order. So the next thing that you'll be interested in is the Reports tab. So let's click on Reports. And these are the reports that you can get. There is a tutorial for Nutty, which might be helpful for you, but there is information in it that does not pertain to our council. So if you see something weird, it probably doesn't pertain to us. Just ignore it or send us a question. There's 4 reports that you're going to be interested in. The T2 for recognitions will show you all of the recognitions, we call them rewards, that your troop has earned. The T2 for nuts, candy, and magazines will show you all of the items that have been ordered by the girls in your troop, how much money you should have taken in, how much your profit's going to be, and how much you owe us. And we're going to look at that report in a minute so that you can see what it looks like. The G2 for recognitions will show you for each girl what rewards that girl has earned. It will be 1 page per girl. So if you have 12 girls in your troop, you'll get, who participated, you'll get 12 pieces of paper or 12 screens that will show you what they earned. You should print that out early in December. You won't get your rewards until January, towards the end of January. But if you print that report and put it someplace where you'll be able to find it, then when you get your rewards in, you won't have to say, oh my goodness, what was my password? How do I get into Nutty? I'm starting my cookie season. I'm already in eBuddy. What do I do with Nutty? It can get confusing. So it's best if you print it out ahead of time. The G2 for nuts, candies, and magazines is also a good report. And this is something that you can use, and this is, I'm opening this one now. This is something that you can use, I don't know if you can see this very well, when the girls pick up their rewards. So this first one is for Jill. Remember, she's the girl whose order I put in. And here is everything that she ordered. 2 mint treasures and 5 and 2 pistachios. So when I go and pick up my order, I have to separate it and put all of her stuff together. She's going to have 64 pieces. I'm going to print this out. Don't worry about the manager signature. We don't bother with that. But print this out, and when mom or dad or whoever picks up her order to whoever's picking up, and they're going to verify that, yep, there's 2, there's 5, and there's 10 chocolate-covered raisins. And when they're satisfied that they have everything they're supposed to have, you have them sign this paper and you keep it in a safe place. Because when they call you a week later and say, I didn't get my 2 mint treasures. You're going to say, yeah, you did get them and you signed the paper. So maybe they fell out of the box. Maybe they're under a car seat. You know, maybe you need to look for them because remember we counted them together and you said you had it. So that's why you want to have that and you want to have it signed for. Now, one thing, this does show you the thank you nuts. You're not going to be receiving those. So this parent is really going to be picking up 59 pieces because they're not picking up the nuts. Those are going directly to Ashton Farms, who's going to send them out to the company that delivers them. Okay. Now this is the Shannon's report. Shannon did not have any in-person orders. Hers were all online, so she's got 0 on here. So she's not going to be picking up anything from it. Yes. Now the one that I really... Okay, so here's my T2 report. Here's my service unit. This is a Juliet troop. It would have juniors here or cadets or whatever you were probably. And the troop number and the number of girls that are selling. And this is my product order. These are the items that I'm going. So Nutty is deducting them from what we took in. That's why there are parentheses. It's like a minus sign. Dollars sold nuts direct pay. This is your online nuts. So those are the nuts that Shannon sold in this case online for $56. And the troop proceeds on those was $5. So that $5 is being deducted as well. Her $56 is not in this column because that's already been paid for. We're not collecting that money. It's already paid for, but we need the profit from it. So that's why the $5 is being deducted here. So for nuts, the amount that we owe to council is $407. We come down to the magazines. Now magazines are all online now. So this was Shannon's online magazines. That money's been paid already. We don't touch it, but we need our profit for those magazines. So here's our $14 profit. She sold 7 magazines. So the amount we owe for magazines is minus $14. That's why the parentheses are around there. So now Nutty has deducted that $14 from the $407 that we owe. So we are getting our profit from the online program because it's being deducted from what we owe to the council. So this is your T2 for nuts, candy, and magazines. This piece of paper for you to have because it shows everything that what your various profits were and what the bottom line is that you owe us. Okay, I'm going to go back. I want to show you what it looks like if you have only online sales. And some of you might. So here we go. So now we're back to having just Shannon's sales, which were, oh, that didn't work. Maybe I didn't wait long.
So this is Marianne working on showing you another version. Is very helpful. That's one of the things that you need when you're turning in your annual financial report.
Right. So it's not sales here and would have parentheses around it just like this one does. And that would be the total amount of money that would be due to us. So if we didn't have this $476 and we didn't have this $64, we would only have, it would only show the $56 with a $5 profit and $156 collected with $14 profit. And the total here would be 14 plus 5. So it would be $19 and it would have parentheses around it, which would mean that we owe that money to you. And that money would be ACH to your troop account on December 8th, the same time that we take money, also give you money that we owe you. But so we have problems when we try to bring into your troop account. You do not put that in here. This is the only exception would be if for some reason you had to pay for an order at one of our shops. which should not happen. And I can't even think of a way that a Juliet would do that because they don't have a bank account. So they would come and they would pay at the shop, and then we would put that deposit in. And so we would add a bank deposit and we would put the information in there. But you would not put anything in there. Even if you paid at a shop for some reason, we would put that in there. Once you do the once we do the ACH, that will show up in here as a bank deposit. So you'll see it. It will say ACH. And once that's been done, then your T2 report should show a 0 balance because all the money will have been paid. So don't worry about that tab. You don't ever have to even look at it. You don't ever add anything into it. You might want to look at it around December 10th to see if your ACH shows up. From past experience, it doesn't always show up on the day that it's done. And December 8th is a Friday, so it could take until Monday or even Tuesday for it to show up. So if you don't see it on Saturday morning, don't freak out and call us and say, oh my goodness, my payment isn't in there. Am I going to get my nuts? You need to give it a few days. And you should have submitted to our finance department your bank account information if you are a new troop. If you're not a new troop and you have the same bank account that you had last year and you participated in the fall product sale, that information should be in there. And you will see it. See, I don't do this, so I'm not sure. Where do we see it?
I'd be surprised if it's in there yet.
Oh, yeah, if it was, well, it won't be for this because this is really a Juliet troop, but you should see bank account information on this screen. So if you, and we're not sure that it's in there yet, it probably isn't. That is something that finance does. They import all of that information, and there's no reason why they would want to have it done already. Because they know that troops are still forming, they're still getting in their bank account information. They do need to have it in there in time for the ACH. And chances are very good that if Patricia doesn't see that you have a troop bank account by the time she's ready to do the ACH a couple days before, she'll probably be sending you an email and saying, hey, you need to send me your bank account information. So that is important. Okay, and that pretty much does it for the live presentation. I think that we can take questions now.
Oh, now we're going to talk about the M2 site.
I think you do questions first.
Yeah, let's do questions first because I'm sure there's questions out there.
Okay. One, it says, if we are not a new troop but did not participate in the Nuts and Magazine sale last year, do we need to submit our troop bank account information? We did participate in cookies last year. If you have the same bank account, you do not need to submit it, just if you change bank accounts. We already have your information if you already participated in the cookies sale. That's a question from Meredith. Okay, we have another question. Sometimes I go on the site and see girls that are not longer with the troop. Can I delete them? Yes, you can. If they don't have an order, because they don't belong to your troop, you can delete them.
But if you have an order...
No, if they have an order, of course, you cannot delete them because we cannot delete orders. We can only delete girls if they don't have orders.
But contact us if that's the case, and we'll find out what we need to do about it.
Okay. Will the rewards be submitted automatically when we submit the orders?
We will submit the recognition orders, but not until the middle of December. We want to make sure that if girls increase their orders and reach one of those levels where there's a choice, we want to give time for the leaders to make sure they have the choice in there, just in case they didn't put it in right away. So once we submit that, we can't change it. So we will wait until about the middle of December, and then we will submit it. You don't have to do anything except to make sure that you've put choices in wherever there are choices, that you have the girl's choice marked. Then we will submit it. They will arrive early in January to the service unit fall product sale chair, or Nuts+Mags chair, and they will contact you to let you know when you can pick them up. A lot of times they'll bring them to the next service unit meeting, so that's really up to the chair.
Okay, we have another question. Do the bundle magazines count as one magazine or two? It counts as one. I have a new Daisy troop. I'm the troop leader and just tried logging in and it didn't work. What am I supposed to do? Okay, maybe your troop is not in the system or you are not a user. So we can explain to you at the end, or you can contact your product sales manager tomorrow morning so we can help you.
Actually,
yes.
I'll look her up. Marianne will look her up and email her back.
Okay.
Marissa.
Marissa, correct.
And I see Deb Hanley has the same problem, so I will email Deb as well.
Okay. How do I get the Nut packet? Okay, in all the regional offices, we have steel packets for the girls. So please just visit our offices, and we have all the packets for your troop available. Do you have a question of to email out to troops? Frequently asked questions to email out to troops. Marianne, can you answer that one, please?
We don't have a sheet ready to go.
But on our website, we do have some frequently asked questions.
That's right. On the Nuts+Mags tab on the Girl Scouts Heart of the Hudson website, you will find there's a lot of questions you might want to know the answer to, and you click and the answer is there. So it's not a sheet, but you're right, it's on the website.
And also, if you are asking about information that we gave you tonight on Nutty, this recording, and again, we're holding our breath, it did record, and we expect to have it on our website in a few days. So you should be able to go back on the Nuts+Mags section of our website, girlscoutshh.org, and you'll be able to see this whole webinar again. And I believe you can even fast forward through them, so you can get past the ones that you know and get to the ones that you don't know.
Okay, we have another question. I have not received an email with my signing credentials or cannot find it. You won't be receiving an email. We can just help you if you give us your troop number. We can check if you are in the system, and if not, we will add you to the system and give you access to the site. I spoke to Marianne last week. Thanks. Okay. When is the ACH withdrawal date again? That is December 8th.
Correct.
Hi, I'm sorry I got tied up and missed the first 15 minutes. Can I view the webinar again? Hopefully it will be in our website, maybe 24 hours or 48 hours, as Roberta mentioned, after the presentation. Please email me a link and login credentials. I am the troop chair for 2205 and 2600. We will get into that as well. Okay, thank you. I don't have access to the site either, troop 2053. So we have your troop numbers here. We will be checking so all of you can have access to the site. And I think those are all the questions so far.
Okay, I'm just going to take a quick look too. I think you've got them all.
Yes, troop 2347 as well. We're looking at all the troop numbers that do not have access. We'll be working on that so you can all have access, ladies.
Right.
There was one more question there. What happens to the items if you're not home December 8th? December 8th is when the sweep of the accounts is. There is a delivery to the service unit of the products. So Roselle, if you are not the service unit chair who's going to receive the products, you need to make arrangements with the service unit person about getting your products.
Okay, and I think those are all the questions, right?
I think so.
If you don't ask the questions tonight, if you think about something else, you can always email us to any of the product personnel, and we can reply to your email tomorrow morning.
Yes, and you can also email customer care at girlscoutshh.org. And if they can't answer your question, they will send it on to one of us. Okay. All right.
I just want to answer one other question here since Roselle's asking about delivery. This delivery is not the same as cookies. With cookies, you must go to the delivery site, and for most service units, you go to the delivery, you drive through, you get your cookies that day. For fall product sale, the product is usually delivered to a location, and the chair has the products. She usually sets up times that persons can make appointments to come pick up. So that is something you need to cover with your service unit, Nuts+Mags chair, Roselle, and anyone else.
And if you are the chair, that your name is familiar to me, and I'm not sure why, but if you are the service unit chair, just type in "I am the service unit chair," and we can get a hold of you and go over in more detail how that delivery works.
And Marissa was asking about getting reports from the M2 as the service unit, as the troop person. I don't think you get daily reports from there, but you should be able to see what the girls in the troop are. So I've written you down, Marissa, as a person that I will go into M2 and make sure you are available. I mean, that you're listed as an admin person for that troop.
Yeah, because if you have access as a troop, then when you go in, the first thing you'll see is your dashboard, which will show you what the sales are so far. And Roselle is the chair. So Roselle, I will get in touch with you tomorrow and we'll talk it over. Okay. I thought I recognized your name.
And there is another question about, can you please repeat the product delivery date again? It's going to be in between December 1st and December 5th. So we will let all the service units know when their delivery is.
And we usually know that mid-November, later in November.
Right around Thanksgiving. Yeah. And I see Allison, I'll get in touch with you tomorrow as well. And someone else said, I'm not getting reports for M2. The troops don't get daily reports. You have to go into M2 to print a report or look at your dashboard. If you're not able to get into M2, let us know, because we have to check then and see why. If you started up a little bit late, we pull lists that get imported at the beginning of September. So if you only registered later in September, you aren't on that list, and then we have to add you manually, and we can do that. Tell us where you're going to pick up your items depends on where your service unit chair has them delivered to. Most of them have the products delivered to their homes, and they contact the troop chairs or troop leaders to let them know where and when to pick them up. So that's a service unit question. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Marissa says she does get emails every day for her daughter's brownie troop. It lists all the girls in their progress. Okay, well, none of us are troop leaders, so I guess we didn't know that. So if you're not getting them, it could be that you're not in them too. So again, get in touch with us and we'll fix it. Okay. Okay. I think that we should probably. I'm going to scroll to the bottom and make sure I didn't miss any. I think I can turn the screen back over to you, Marianne. We have just a couple.
Okay.
Once you here's some information. Thank you, Tracy. Once you log in, you can choose how often to receive the reports. How about that? See, you guys.
This is crowdsourcing.
Yeah. Okay. Let me change the presenter to you. Oh.
Okay, so can we see my M2 online program screen?
Mm-hmm.
So Aurora, you're on.
Yes. Yes, the M2 site is where girls can set up their online shops for magazines and nuts and candy. All the customers can pay with a credit or debit card. The nuts and candy are shipped directly to the customer with approximately 72 hours, and the customer can pay the shipping fee for them. On this screen is the URL address for the M2 site, as you can see, gsnutsandmags.com/gshh. Orders in M2 move over to Nutty every night. So if you want to keep looking at the progress, you can go and look. So something that was ordered today will appear in Nutty tomorrow. This site is open through November 30th. So this is a longer sale than just the paper order. So troops that are new or got a late start still have a lot of time to participate. Remind your girls that if they want to be eligible to earn the crossover avatar patch during the cookie season, they must create their avatar and send out the 12 emails by November 30th. And also a final reminder, orders on the not order card must be entered into Nuts E by November 6th. That is a firm deadline. Okay, well, we really thank you for your participation. If you have any further questions, please contact one of us, the product sales managers, and we hope all of your troops do well in the Nuts and Sales magazines. Any parting words, Roberta?
Just thank you all for participating, and we're here to help you if you have any questions or issues. Marianne?
No, thank you and good night to everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, good night. Bye-bye.